Leave It Alone is an adorable game where you pick up leaves. For some reason, we keep falling into a coma and waking up with our house covered in leaves. So that's where we begin. The first area we want to focus on is the porch. Each area can give us 1 to 2 unlocks. In this case, the porch gives us the bag tying ability, and that's really useful for every other area of the game. Clearing the area will give you these abilities, but you can also buy upgrades by selling your leaves at the trash can. These upgrades are for our tools. Right now we can only pick up leaves with our hands, so the upgrades are limited to Fluid Picker that allows us to pick up leaves just by holding down the mouse button, Dexterity, which reduces the time between leaf pickup, and Greedy Grasper, which lets us pick up more leaves. It's good to keep these upgrades sort of balanced. Let's pause for a moment and look at the 18 achievements we need to get. Most of these are really easy. Our main focus is on these 3. Work smart, not harder. For this one, we have to earn $700. We can spend money. We just have to gain a total of $700 in the run. Need for Sweep is complete the game in under 40 minutes, and Craftsman, complete the game without repairing any leaf inlets. A speedrunner might be able to beat the game in 1 run, but I'm no speedy individual. Breaking the game up into 2 runs is so much easier. This first run, I'm going to focus on gaining $700 and not repairing any inlets. I need to pick up every leaf and not sell the bagged leaves until clearing 3 areas that unlock upgrades to the sell price of leaves. These are the entrance, the basement, and the pool. There are 8 hidden pictures around the world, and this is the first one. Isn't he so cute? Little squirrel in the trash can. The shed contains the more physical upgrades. We're going to buy a bigger bag from there, which takes our ability to hold 50 leaves and turns it into 200 leaves. And that gives us our first achievement, the Novice Investor. Buy any item. I'm going to sell all the leaves that are on the porch and buy more hand upgrades. Picking up the last of the leaves on the porch, we get Seal the Deal that unlocks the bag tying ability. So now we don't need to sell leaves until we unlock the 3 areas where we get an upgrade to our sell price. So we need to do a few little areas and we'll just tie up all the leaves. The entrance area does give us a little bit of leaf value, which is great, but it will be easier just a little bit later. So we're gonna hop ahead and go to the court area, which gives us the sprint ability, and we'll be able to get into the garage from there. This game has such a satisfying sound environment to it. When you pick up the leaves, when you tie off a bag, when you throw it, even like the little bleep when you do something that's like you filled up your little 200 leaf bag and it's like you can't pick up any more leaves. There's just a little bloop, and it's very cute and satisfying. Finishing up the court area gives us Gotta Go Fast, which unlocks the sprint ability. After we unlock the sprint ability, we can move on over to the shed again and find another picture of a squirrel being bonked. And then there is a button in the shed that we can hold down and it will open the garage. You can see that there's a TV right next to it that will show the garage being opened, you need to push this button down completely and hold it until the garage opens fully. And then we can sprint to the garage, and then the garage is open forever. And here we get our next achievement, I Am Speed, from unlocking the garage area. You'll see that the garage will give us $7.50. This is really good for us right now, because then we can upgrade our hand, picking up powers better. So we're going to pause moving forward and just pick up all the leaves here. Another achievement we need to go for is Dunk Like You're Drunk. We need to make a basket with the basketball, a beach ball, and a leaf bag. So right now I'm just going for the basketball and the leaf bag, and we'll get the beach ball later. In the garage, we get another achievement, Seal the Deal, which means we got 5,000 leaves bagged into bags. There's another picture of a squirrel in a tire. Woohoo! There's 750. Now we can get a few more upgrades for our hands and make everything go a little bit quicker. We get a few more hand upgrades and head through the door to the swings area. This area, when cleaned, will give us the crouch ability, which is very important for both an achievement and to complete the game. But we don't need to complete it now. We're actually going to head down into the basement. You'll see that the basement gives us 2 upgrades, both an upgrade to the leaf value and a key to the shed roof. Once we complete 50% of the cleanup in this area, we get leaflation, where the leaf value goes from 100 to 125%. So we just need 2 more areas cleaned in order to get that leaf value to 175%. And then we can start selling our leaves again and buy as many upgrades as we want. I get the shed roof key, and I can head over to the shed. You can open a gate next to the shed and get up on the roof by a ladder. We also get an achievement. Shed happens by unlocking the shed area. The shed area is another place with 2 unlocks, both for move speed and a key for the grill area. Vacationist is another easy achievement. We get it by just opening the grill area. I skip straight to the pool area to get that tasty leaflation so I can get my leaf value up again. The journal has this nice objectives list. If you follow this and check off every tick mark, you can get the majority of the achievements. It also has an area that you can hover over each place on the map and see what unlocks that area has. I'm getting ready to sell some more leaves, so I'm tossing all the bags forward as I go back out to the entrance area. This is the last unlock of leaf value. After this, we can sell all our bags and make tons of money. Yeah! As I was clearing out this area, I lost some of the leaves, and I found them in the flower boxes. We now have our 175% leaf value, and we can now begin selling all our leaves. As I do this, I'm going to try and get the achievement Trash Ball, which is dump a leaf bag while being at least 15 meters away from the trash bin. All you have to do is go over to the court area, just try and chuck it in from there. You might have to sprint and point your cursor up a little bit in order to get it in there, but you can do it too. Down in the basement, I sold all the leaves there and found another picture of the little squirrels spying on us from the inlets. Look at them. They got shifty eyes. Now that I sold a big chunk of leaves, I'm going on a shopping spree and upgrading almost everything. Back in the shed, we can upgrade our bag and buy a rake and a leaf blower. I really like the rake. It's not as good in this run because we're just hand picking up everything, but we can rake everything into a big pile and then pick stuff up in the pile. This makes everything a little bit more convenient. It's easier to grab things when they're all in a big pile. I really haven't used the leaf blower that much. Someone online said that your leaves could get glitched into places and you could lose leaves and then not be able to complete 100% of the game. So I just never used it. But maybe that's been fixed by now? I don't know. Raking all the leaves into a big pile and then jumping in them will give us the achievement Leap of Faith. Jump into a pile of 1,000 leaves. This is also going to be our strategy going forward of just raking all the leaves into a big pile and picking them up. Cleaning up this area gives us the crouch ability and also unlocks the almighty achievement, which is acquiring the bag tying, sprinting, and crouch ability. We also find another picture. I don't know why this squirrel is flying, but he is. There you go. Beautiful. I clean up the driveway area, which gets us another movement speed. Woohoo! I really like that the squirrel looks like my cat after he goes to the bathroom. Just zip zooming around the house. I now have enough to max out the rake upgrades, and it's overpowered. Rake, rake, rake. Yeah. I find another picture of a squirrel sleeping. He ate too much and now his tummy is too big. Oh. Back to the pool area. We need to finish raking up all of these leaves and get a key from here. It's the beach ball. Now that we've found it, we can take it to the basketball court, get another achievement with it. The greenhouse area is our last key unlock. We can now make it through the rest of the game, just raking up leaves and picking them up. And just doing a bit more of the cleanup area. We need to take all the bags and throw them in the bin so that we can make some more money. The different bag sizes have different colors. So the green bag holds 200 leaves and the blue bag holds 500 leaves. I'm not the best at basketball, but once I finally get the beach ball through the hoop, we get dunk like you're drunk. That's making a basketball hoop with the basketball, beach ball, and a leaf bag. There's also a cute little picture of the squirrels dunking themselves through the basketball hoop. Back in the grill area, we're going to use our crouch ability. It's a little bit hard to get the leaves that are underneath the tables, so if you crouch down, you can rake the leaves with the longer rake and get them out from underneath the table. I'm raking both the leaves from the grill area and the front yard area together. There is a view where you can view some leaves from one area and highlight them in like a different color. So that's why you see the gray of the front yard leaves and the colorful leaves from the grill area. It just kind of gives you a visual contrast, so you make sure you're getting each of the leaves from each area. As we grab leaves, you'll see that the percentage of each area is going up. Woot woot! We got those 2 areas all done. Now we've got 2 more, and then we're finished with the game. Let's go! There's another achievement, King of the Jungle, by unlocking Greenhouse area. There's just a little maze area here. We're gonna rake all the leaves through it and get to the greenhouse area where we find our final photo and get our achievement, Say Leaf, by collecting all the photos. Cleaning up the last remaining leaves in these 2 areas, we get Leaf No Leaf Behind for cleaning up all the leaves. Now I have to get through this ginormous pile of leaf bags, but once we finally get through it, we get the achievement Work Smart, Not Hard. That's one of the harder ones, where we earned $700 this run. Woohoo! Just a little more cleanup left. We can finally open our journal and watch all the ticks go up. We have 1 more left. That's just buy all the upgrades. So we just need to buy all the leaf blower upgrades. And then we're done with journal objectives. Woohoo! And that gives us the achievement Senior Investor for buying all tool upgrades. We can see all our cute little photos. Oh, the squirrels. Just being silly squirrels. Just checking that everything's complete. And once I do, I can go and open the door to the secret room. And that gets us Perfectionist, complete all objectives in the game, and Infiltrator, unlock the secret room. Ooh, what could be behind the door? Ooh. Oh my goodness. The squirrels have been secretly videotaping us and experimenting on us. Oh. There's our second to last achievement, the Craftsman, where we picked up all the leaves instead of using the leaf inlets. Woohoo! This run took me 2 hours and 10 minutes. In order to get the final achievement, we need to beat the game in under 40 minutes. I did a second run, and during that run, my cats invaded the room and meowed and put their butt in my face and went a little crazy. And I completed that one in 44 minutes. So, this third run that we're going into, that's the good one. Let's see how that one turned out. In this run, we basically just need all the abilities and the keys. So there's a lot of areas we can skip. Now, technically, I think we can skip the porch and skip the bag tying ability, but I grabbed it anyway. It's just kind of faster to chuck the leaves into the bin than having to run up the stairs to sell the leaves. I think it's faster, and it saves more time than just skipping the porch. We're not going to use the hand abilities as heavily in this run. Really, it's just for the basement area that you need it. So, we're going to upgrade a little bit. So I'm selling bags, and I'm going to upgrade a little bit. But mostly we want to use the rake here and the inlets. And we've already done one inlet, but I didn't really quite show you what it's at. So the next time there's an inlet, I'm going to point that out more. So we finished off the court area and are selling all the bags. And we've left enough money to buy the rake here. That way we don't have to run back. We're going to spend some of our money on rake upgrades from on now. We can skip through most of these areas. The swings we will have to come back to get the crouch ability, but we're going to focus on the basement for now. I'm buying a few more hand upgrades. They're really just for this area, so we don't want to buy too many, but it speeds stuff up, so we will have plenty of money soon enough. Finishing up the basement gets us the key we need. And then I come up to the swings area, and I make kind of a mistake here. I spend too much money on rake upgrades. What I should have done is spent all my money, or opened up the inlet so that we could rake all the leaves into it. But oops. We'll come back to the swings later. It's really easy to get to the swings, so it's fine. Now you get to see the power of the rake. To see how fast we can move all the leaves. And you'll see I'm keeping the gray leaves. I want those gray leaves and the leaves from the shed area. So sometimes they're highlighted in colors when I'm on the shed, and sometimes they're gray when I'm in a different area. But we just want the shed leaves, and we're going to rake them all into the inlet. I rake them just straight off the shed roof, and once I have all of them off the shed roof, I can fall down, and it's just really quick. But you gotta make sure you're getting all of the gray leaves. I kind of piled them up in one tiny space before I raked them off the leaf, or off the roof. Just a little more raking. The inlet is back by the porch. And then once they get close to the inlet, it just starts sucking them in. And it makes this nice sound. We get to skip past the grill area and go straight to the pool. Now, I don't want to make the same mistake I made with the swings area and spend too much money. So I'm going to immediately go, well, sort of immediately, go to the inlet and buy that so that we have some place to put all the leaves. There's quite a few leaves outside of the pool area, and we can just rake them towards the edge and rake them into the pool. And once that's done, we can just fall right into the pool and get to raking the leaves towards that inlet in the center. I want to keep buying rake upgrades. The more we have, the faster it goes. But we want to have $25 at the end just so we could buy the inlet in the greenhouse area. This is the little maze. You didn't see it earlier. I kind of skipped over it, but it's cute. We buy some of the last rake upgrades here and go on to the greenhouse area. Buying the inlets is really fun. It just sucks all the leaves immediately into it. Makes a little ching sound. We're so close, I can feel it. Just the swings area left. You do need to complete the swings area just so you can crouch down into the little crawlway and crawl your way into the secret area with the squirrels. And there it is, our final achievement. Need for Sweep. Complete the game in under 40 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. This is the first video I've done in this kind of like style. So if you liked it, please leave me a comment and tell me what I did right and wrong, and I hope you'll like it and subscribe and stay tuned to the next videos on this channel. We'll see ya. Bye.